Welcome back, Josh here, and today we'll be talking about the League of We'll be talking about the Ministry of the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Wow, that was a mouthful. It's Guy Ritchie time. Hilarious British humor, a cast of charming characters, an unorthodox story that oddly lands. Now that's Guy Ritchie. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare has none of that. What it does have is Henry Cavill and Alan Ritchson, along with the cast standing around like they're getting ready to be photographed for GQ. Apparently it's based on a true story of an unsanctioned mission in World War II against Nazi Germany before the Americans got involved. We follow a band of misfits who come together for a secret mission given to them by none other than Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill. Ha! We have the leader, who kind of has manners, then all of a sudden becomes Gene Simmons mid-shooting. It's bizarre, nobody knows. It was never explained. We have the Irish sidekick, who can drive boats real good. We have the explosives expert. We have the master planner, who can't plan far enough to make sure that he wasn't caught in the first place. I mean, you think that there was something that was there that you were expecting that he was meaning to be caught. That was the dumbest fucking thing. We have the attractive spy who's really good at shooting. And f***ing. We also have Jamis. And then we have giant buff Ritchson, aka the Green Arrow, aka the Danish Flapjack, aka the Terrible Viking, aka Hunky and Nasty. This group of ungentlemanly warfare get on a boat to fight some Germans, then get on a boat again to save their friend, then get on a boat to steal a boat. That's the movie. That's actually the movie. Jokes aside, it's boat to boat, boat to friend, boat to boat. In all its half-assed Guy Ritchie glory. I mean, for the most part, the cast was good. They just didn't fit together. They're all too hot. Like I said at the beginning, with this whole like GQ setting and this like photo shoot, every time that they were together, it's as if they were getting ready, you know, hands in pockets, looking all suave. It's almost like this movie kind of felt like a parody movie that was featured in Zoolander. And it feels like every actor just kind of was doing their own thing. Like there wasn't like an overall character development or, I don't know, general direction in each one of these characters to go off of. I mean, even though they're all based on real people, especially Superman. I don't know what the fuck he was doing with his, you know, Haka impression, Gene Simmons tongue thing. They didn't really give us an understanding of the character itself. I don't know, the entire time watching it, I was like, what the fuck? I'm reaching here. But the practical effects were a good touch. For a movie kind of like this, I mean, you know, we did have really cool explosions and the squibs and the blood and the knife that kind of had some gravity to it because the sound design on top of that really worked only for the practical effects. Nothing else on top of that. I just want to make that perfectly clear. This kind of felt like a rushed production. No filmmaking necessary. Cinematography? Who cares? Just put everything on auto. Pacing, schmacing. Cover everything with music so no one cares. This felt like Lionsgate gave Ritchie 30 days, a bag of money, a cast, and we're like, hey, make this movie or we're gonna kill your family. Which also would be kind of a funny premise that would fall in line with a Ritchie type of project. Guy Ritchie, if you ever see this, you could just have that, whatever. Just give me a special thanks at the end. And this is what he delivered.
Now give him his children back.
Or I'll do it like Churchill. Now give him back his children. They work for me now. The only other issue is that the film felt way too close to Inglourious Basterds. I think that's going to be kind of the theme across the board. You know, World War II setting, everybody's kind of having a little bit of fun, cheeky. But the difference is that, you know, the Guy Ritchie humor and the Tarantino humor are vastly different. I mean, God, all they did was steal a boat. Like, that was it. But there wasn't any sort of, you know, tension. You know, all that kind of stuff was sort of built within the camera work. But, you know, like I said, camera work, out of the window. Since there were never any high points of danger for any of the characters, I mean, even it's like we almost saw like a preview of what would happen to a character that just never came about. Just suspenseful editing that ended with like a silence gun or a knife. Yeah, it didn't have, any explosiveness to it. Dads unite, hike up your pants, leave the wives at home, and just watch a movie that have like the hottest men basically on a boat, taking on another boat to get another boat. Oh, Josh, that was a fun one, eh? That boat, I mean, it could have been a Schooner 583 or possibly a Benetti 8 Series one, huh? Dad, I don't know anything about fucking boats. I don't know anything. If you're like me and you have no tolerance for this type of movie and this type of bullshit, I mean, like, you could kind of tell right from the rip. It's almost like Guy Ritchie is starting to fade within the love that we have for his previous movies. I mean, even from like Sherlock Holmes, like they're not anywhere near the same type of quality or finesse that Guy Ritchie can give you. Leave it to you're randomly visiting a family member and it happens to be on like the revitalized Spike TV at like 4 p.m. on a Sunday after church. Like it's just on in the background, like you just suddenly can see it. And then, enjoy it with those dumbass commercials. That's the only thing that I think is worthwhile with this one. If you've already seen it, kind of had like a little bit earlier experience, what did you think? Was it something that, you were actually excited for because you're a Guy Ritchie fan, and then, you saw it and you were like, ooh, it sucked. Like me, whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's a pass. It's a pass for me. Go see with dads. All right, bye. I don't want to watch this movie I did. I mean, of course I want to do this. I'm having a great time.